What are some ways that you can spot whether a home has been well maintained? There's great value, in my opinion, in a homeowner who really takes pride in ownership and maintaining both the mechanical and cosmetic systems of the home. And it's most often a homeowner that is just very diligent and meticulous at this, but sometimes it just comes down to wear and tear. For instance, a couple is going to put a lot less wear and tear on a home than a family of 6 or 8, right? But I wanted to go over just some of the ways, some of the things that you can quickly look at to gauge how well maintained a home is. So I'll start right here. We are in the foyer, the highest trafficked area of the house, right? So these are oak hardwoods, and they're hand shaped, so there's a lot of texture and dimension to them. So if you're not maintaining this floor very well, you're going to see wear spots on the ridges of the floor where you see none. And actually, as you walk, you can feel that this floor has been recently waxed. I know the homeowner personally in this case, and I know that he waxes it regularly. So that is one easy indicator as soon as you open the door. Another one, speaking of the door, front door, especially when it's exposed to the elements, is going to show wear and tear easily. Now, you can see kind of a line here, that's from the rain, so just keep in mind that part of it's wet, but what you're looking for is just smooth and even color. If it's not treated properly, it's going to get sun bleached. If it is not sealed properly, the water is going to start to rot the wood. So those are two ways, basically, as soon as you come into the house, that you can hone in on and see, kind of gauge the homeowner's adeptness to home maintenance. Next, let's look at walls. Scuffs and scrapes and holes in walls are pretty easy to spot, but typically the greatest wear spot on the walls is actually going to be corners near the main entryway. So this is the main hallway coming into the house, and as you can see, they have rounded corners here. Not only that, the corners are textured, so any sort of nick, even if they painted over it, any nick or scuff or anything is going to show up very easily. So if this is something where the homeowners are careless, maybe they move furniture around a lot and they're not careful with the furniture, this is a place that's going to show that wear and tear. As you can see, this corner, like every other corner in the house, is nick free. Next, let's talk carpeting. This is a 13-year-old home, and this is actually the original carpeting. And as you can see, it's a taller pile. It stands up. It's not quite a shag, but it stands up pretty tall. So wear and tear is going to show easily. And because the fibers are so tall, it's going to soak up a lot of dirt and junk that you don't want in your carpet. And as you can see, there's no staining on this carpet. And this is the main staircase, so this is going to be your highest wear spot in the whole house. And so if it isn't stained here, if it isn't looking really rough here, then you can better believe that the rest of the house as it is going to look even better. Next spot I want to highlight is the kitchen, specifically around the sink. You're washing dishes, the dishwasher's right here, you're going to get a lot of moisture on the counter. And you're going to get a lot of soap and soap residue around the sink. So if you're not constantly cleaning up after yourself, you're going to get a lot of staining on the granite and around the faucet neck. You're just going to have a lot of staining after 13 years. It's going to build up. As you can see, this looks super clean. And then over here, you've got the gas cooktop where the granite comes right up to it. This is going to be another easy to see wear spot, and the most porous thing around the stove is not actually the granite, which is usually sealed and fairly waterproof, but the grout behind it. So if you're cooking a lot, which they did, and you are not cleaning up after yourself, you're going to see all kinds of stains on the grout right back here because it's going to soak them up like a sponge, and it's so hard to get out of grout. As you can see, it's nice and clean, which is what you want to see. All right, now the last thing I want to point out are AC ducts. So if you see up there, you got that nice bright white AC duct. things you're going to want to look out for. One is black spots or rust, both of which are sign of moisture. Sign of moisture means that maybe there's something wrong with the AC, maybe the AC isn't being serviced properly, maybe they're having to go long periods of heating and cooling. You know, there's a lot of things that could lead to moisture on the ducts themselves, the vent covers themselves, but that is never a good thing. The second is just dust. If you're changing your air filters very frequently, you're not going to have a lot of dust build up around the house because it's getting trapped by the filters. So with no dust buildup on any of the vents, that also gives you peace of mind that they're just maintaining the HVAC system well. Now, there are dozens of other little ways. Landscaping is one of them, whether or not there's a soaker hose around your foundation, the paint, the wood on the exterior, whether there's any wood rot. There are literally dozens of other ways to get a feel for how well maintained the seller is keeping the property. These are just a few really common and easy to spot ones that I wanted to point out to you. If you have some more suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments because I'm sure other potential buyers and homeowners would love to hear them.